So let me leave you with a couple key lessons that we learned along the way. This one I'm just going to hit hard on again because Jeff Bezos, who I guarantee you is a heck of a lot smarter than me, said it well. People don't even know what they expect. And I don't know what the magic theory is to figure that out, but you've got to keep pushing for it. You've got to keep looking at your customer base and your key stakeholders and your consumers and saying, okay, I know we've got all this work that we're doing, but what's next? What are they going to want next? Or what is my competition going to bring in that they find better? Simple. Hard to do, but simple. Good organizations, I think, are impatient. Blockbuster wasn't impatient. Blockbuster was a bit complacent. We, at many times along our history and our continuum as a company, have not been impatient. And that's when we've lost market share, or that's when we've lost category leadership. A great example is Gatorade. We had it in our fingertips, and we weren't impatient enough. So great companies are impatient. And the final one is kind of my favorite, and that is, and I didn't know this, and I'm still learning this in this role, but the idea of innovation and disruption is really short-lived. It has a very short shelf life. I mean, we tell ourselves sometimes when we really need to comfort ourselves and feel better about this world that we live in, you know, we'll say, yeah, but the Freestyle has microdosing and that we own the IP and Pepsi can't do that. They'd have to invest in a whole plant like we did. We've got a runway on this thing that's golden for the next decade. Man, if I start thinking like that, that's the moment that we'll get outflanked or we'll get disrupted. So yeah, that disruption has given us one really good thing, and that's a bit of a head start to the next one, right? And that's kind of the cycle of this thing. So, you know, you got to just sort of buckle up because we started with the times we live in, and they're crazy, and they're dynamic, and they're changing by the second, all the way down to what you do and what you're doing that's successful, and looking around the corner and figuring out, oh my gosh, you know, I might be successful right now. What's successful next? And I think that's the best lesson we've learned in the whole freestyle continuum.